Watch what you're thinking. Be conscious and aware of what thoughts you're running in the background of your mind, that tape, when you're living your daily life. Hi, I'm Renu Mehta Chang. I help exhausted mothers, women who are struggling with finding their place in the world after taking care of every single person in their lives, find themselves, come back to themselves, and find the true worth of who they are. And I am so grateful you're here with me. I've taken a couple weeks off to really meld into who I am today. So I'm back and I'm ready to go. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when new content comes in on this page. We are constantly thinking all the time. Our minds are running non-stop. You may not realize it yet, but if you stop and slow down your breath, you will be aware of what the thoughts you're thinking. And you might be surprised with what comes out. So, for example, if you slow down your body and your mind and get into a more parasympathetic state. So, typically, most of us are on the go. We're running throughout our days to get to all the appointments and all the things that we have to do for our children, for our spouses, for ourselves. We don't slow down. We have a laundry list of things to do. Trust me, I get it. I'm a mom too. But when you slow down and you really be present and you're not jumping in and out of the car, grabbing your coffee cup and going, you will be surprised to know what thoughts are going in your mind. And most likely, and I hate to say this, but the majority of us are running lower vibration, disempowering thoughts. Things like, well, what's going to happen? Is this going to go wrong? Is that going to go wrong? What is the point of this? Or why did this happen? Or whatever it is. How come this isn't working out? There are a lot of negative lower vibration thoughts that we run because these are the programs that have been entrained within us from our childhood that we have been running. I'm not good enough. Why didn't this work for me? This doesn't happen for me. I'm always this. Who knows, right? Because I'm not in your mind, but I myself have been running lower vibration programs for years. And when I slowed down, I was surprised at how much disempowering thoughts I had. I had so many. I couldn't even believe it. I was surprised. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm this spiritually awakened woman, and yet I'm running all this junk. So it's really important to be conscious. And how do you slow down to hear your thoughts? It's so simple. You literally stop and take a breath and then breathe slowly. If you need to put your hands on your heart center, you do so. One on your chest even, one on your belly to get that belly breath combination. And then listen to what your mind is saying. Listen to the thoughts that are popping up. You'd be appalled, right? I know I was. And then you stop them. You just stop those thoughts. You don't get mad at them. You just observe and see them and say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to subscribe to that anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to disempower myself. I am beautiful. I am smart. I am strong. And I can do this. I can handle this. I can handle anything. And I can handle it with grace and ease. Now, why am I saying it like that? Because majority of us feel overwhelmed. We have so much stuff coming at us from so many different directions. It can be overwhelming. And I appreciate that so much. I appreciate it so much. But you have to be careful about what thoughts you're running, and you want to pay attention. I am going to share a story. I know a woman who was very much not aware of her thoughts. And she was spiritually awakened, or she is rather, she's spiritually awakened, but she wanted this big blast of awakening. And when you have a big blast of awakening, there are different ways to have it happen. It sometimes can be in turmoil and trauma, or it sometimes can just be you've done some activation work, you've done some massive healing work, and it comes out a little bit slower, but it happens. She wanted this big blast of spiritual awakened energy. She just wanted to get to the next step. She was like, oh my gosh, I know that I'm here for a bigger reason. I just want to have something bigger happen so that I can feel it. Lo and behold, she was thinking about it and she wasn't specific about how she was thinking. Because remember, when the universe hears you, the universe doesn't discern, and I say this often, the good things and the bad things, the good thoughts and the bad thoughts. The universe just hears that you want this thing, and however way you get it, it's going to give it to you. So she ended up just saying, oh my gosh, I want something that's going to really shift me forward into a different timeline, into a different thought about appreciation about life and spiritually awakened, etc. And lo and behold, she had a test done for her physical body. And it turns out that that test showed something that was abnormal. And honestly, that scared the shiitake out of her. You know what I'm saying? And that was something that she had no idea was there, but it scared her so much. Now, when the universe hears you say, I would love something to bring me to the next level, it can drop some stuff on you, right? It was like poof, on her. And that was that moment of spiritually awakening, because then she had to really be present, be conscious, and be aware of what the thoughts she was running. But also, it projected her into a totally different timeline of, oh my gosh, now I got to worry about my health. Oh my gosh, is this life? What am I doing in my life? What's happening? Where am I going? And all of those thought processes of her own life. So it did wake her up even more, but it woke her up with that scariness, right? So you want to be conscious of what you're thinking. And you want to be deliberate about what thoughts you're having. So if you really do want a spiritually awakened moment, ask the universe that it happens with ease and it's it's done in a manner that's not scary, but that's easy, easeful, and graceful, and that it comes to you with love and harmony and peace versus whoosh, right? You don't want that. So I want to remind you about all of this because sometimes we don't think about what we're thinking. And then we have these thoughts, and the universe absolutely does listen to us. It absolutely does. And it does things for the betterment for us. So you might think, oh my gosh, why is this happening to me? Well, A, you could be thinking about it without even knowing. And B, the universe sometimes puts us in positions that will project us forward into different states and for healing and for growth. And if you don't address them, then the universe keeps projecting you forward into other things happening. So all of this that's happening to you is truly destined to happen to you. And yes, even the things that you're like, oh my gosh, Raina, the bad things that happen. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, actually, mostly all the time, yes. And sometimes you don't even know, but you're calling in the bad stuff sometimes. You might not know because you're thinking about it. Just like that woman, that story. So be aware of the thoughts you're thinking. And if you find yourself having lower vibration tapes that you're running, like, I'm not good enough, I'm not this always happens to me, blah, 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 stop those tapes right then and there and say, you know what? Thank you for all those times, tapes, those thoughts. Thank you for supporting me when I wasn't confident, when I wasn't awake, when I wasn't aware. But I don't need to run them anymore. And I'm here to be conscious in this present moment and align with my higher self and just be here and really just allow the world to happen around me. And I respond, I don't react. Because a lot of that is just reaction and we get triggered and then our minds just go and then we get lost in that rabbit hole. And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, you're like, holy cow, I was just totally negative in thought, in thinking about something else. The majority of times, those are those things that you really want, those aspirations, those dreams, those goals that you want. And you can achieve those with your imagination, but that's a totally different topic. And if you want a video about that, check that out. But remember that being aware of what we're running, the thoughts we're having, is key. And that's the first step. I'm here to support you, and I love you very much. And if you love to communicate with me and tell me what's going on, I'd love to respond and hear about it, because I am living this life too. So drop me a comment, and don't forget to check out my spiritual awakening kit in the description box below. It's a free meditation guide for you to help you balance yourself and really help you on your path. So check that out below. And know that I am with you and that I love you and I'm here for you. I'm sending you a lot of love, peace, harmony, and joy. Bye for now.